50 Shades. Jamie Dornan and Dakota share their closest secret about getting nude on set. October 2013. Dakota Johnson, then 23, walked into the audition room ready for the most awkward moment of her life. The film adaptation of the popular novel 50 Shades of Grey was looking for someone to play Anastasia Steele, a naive college student who becomes obsessed with millionaire Christian Grey. She had no idea who her co-star would be, until Jamie Dornan walked in. Tall, elegant, with eyes that were both warm and cold, perfect for the role. Director Sam Taylor Johnson had only one request: I don't want co-stars. I want to see two real people drawn to each other. And in the closed room, they began rehearsing a scene, with no dialogue, just looks and light touches. When it was over, the whole crew was silent. Dakota later recalled, I felt naked in a way I had never felt before, even though I was still wearing clothes. Jamie laughed, we were emotionally naked, which was much harder than taking our clothes off. A film of broken boundaries, with more than 20 sex scenes spread across 3 films, 50 Shades was not an easy experience. However, few people know that Jamie and Dakota's nude scenes were filmed under strict security conditions, with almost no one other than them and the director allowed on the set. In a recent interview on the Inside the Grey podcast, Jamie and Dakota, after nearly a decade of silence, sat down and shared some never-before-revealed secrets. Jamie opened with a smile, we signed a 20-page contract, just to get naked properly. Dakota laughed, we had to learn how to take off our clothes and still cover our souls. It sounds funny, but it was really haunting, details that no one saw on screen. One of the secrets revealed was that Jamie and Dakota wore special adhesive underwear, called modesty garments. Dakota said, we called it skin sticker swimsuits. It wasn't real, it was a patch that looked like underwear, stuck directly to the skin. It was very uncomfortable. Jamie was a bit more pained. I had to stick a special latex bag on it. One time, the prop was faulty. I went to the bathroom and spent 30 minutes removing it. It wasn't romantic at all. They both laughed out loud. But behind the laughter was the stark truth. Being naked on film is not sexy, but hard work and sometimes incredibly funny. Psychological pressure. It's easier to take off your clothes than to take off your fear. Dakota admits, every time I shoot a sex scene, I have to convince myself, my body is fine. I won't be judged, but in fact, I'm always afraid. Jamie says, I'm a man, but I also feel vulnerable. Not because I have to take off my clothes, but because I'm afraid that I don't look like the Christian Grey that people imagine. They say that, before each nude scene, the two often sit in a small room, quietly together, no dialogue, no phones, no assistants, just to reconnect with each other. Dakota says, I usually hold Jamie's hand, not because it's romantic, but because I'm afraid. He's the only one who understands that feeling. Jamie nods, if I didn't have Dakota, I wouldn't have been able to do it. When the director yelled, cut, but the feelings don't stop, one of the shocking shares is, there were times when the director shouted, cut, but Jamie and Dakota continued to hug each other for several minutes. Jamie admitted, there was a scene where I couldn't leave the character. I kept Dakota in my arms, just because I felt she needed it. Me too. Dakota chuckled, her eyes downcast. We were probably naked so much, we forgot our feelings and were naked. Intimacy doesn't come with love. For years, rumors about Jamie and Dakota having real feelings have always spread. Both denied it. But in the podcast, Jamie admitted for the first time, we used to confuse intimacy with feelings. It's hard. When you look someone in the eye every day, touch them, strip yourself naked, you think it's love. But it's not. It's a different kind of connection. Dakota added, we loved each other, but not the kind of love that leads to dating. It was the love of two people overcoming a dark place together. Every time we were naked on film, we took off our fear, and carried it together. The truth behind the most famous bed scene, one of the most difficult scenes to film, was the scene where Jamie handcuffed Dakota to the bed in the first film. Dakota shared, I cried after that scene. Not because it hurt, but because I felt empty. When we finished filming, Jamie hugged me for a long time. He didn't say anything, but I knew he was in pain too. Jamie continued, that's when I realized, being naked is not just about the body. It's about emotions, it's about the soul, it's about letting others see the real you. After all, something they never regret, after 3 films, more than 20 hot scenes, hundreds of hours of filming in harsh conditions, Jamie and Dakota learned one thing. No one knows what we've been through, except us. Jamie said, I would never do a nude scene again. But if I had to go back in time, I would still choose Dakota. Dakota laughed, I used to say, if there was anyone who could be a lizard with me on film and not embarrass me, it was Jamie. Quote.